Welcome back. This is lesson 4 of a RPG series, learning how to make a basic RPG game. If you're finding this video and you haven't watched the previous 3 lessons, you should go back and check the description. I have links there for my previous lessons. But here in lesson 4, we're going to look at how to turn our item into a clone. So as you see here, we have just a purple coin there. You could make this item anything you want. When our character touches it, it goes away. All right. So what we could do is, if we wanted more than just one coin in the game, one way would be that we could just duplicate this coin. Okay. And now that we have 2 coins, if we look at the code for each, I'm just going to move this one over slightly. Let's put it at 40. And when I reset the game, I walk up into the room where the coins are, and there they are right next to each other. 1 coin and 2 coins. If we wanted more coins, we just make more duplicates of sprites. But after a while, you might think, that's probably not the best idea, because every time we want to make a change, we'll have to change every single duplicate, and many other reasons. We'll have tons and tons of coins. If you have 100 coins in your game, then that's 100 different sprites. Scratch can't support that anyways. So we're going to need a better system. So we're going to introduce 2 new topics. First, we're going to introduce this clone. So we're going to pull out some of if you go to control at the bottom, there's some different cloning blocks. So I'm going to pull those out right now. Okay? And also, if you go way down at the bottom, there's a My Blocks. And we're going to use that as well. So we're going to create our own block. So I'm going to click on Make a Block. And I'm going to call this Create a Coin. All right. And I'm going to add some just number text inputs. I'm going to do 4 of them. And first I'm going to say this first input will be show XY. The next input will be X position and Y position. And I'm going to have to look at that for a minute. I'll probably use that last one too. So let's go ahead and get into it. So now that I've created a block, where'd it go? Oh, it didn't create. Okay, well, I guess I clicked off. So once again, create a coin. Show X, Y, X, and Y. I'm not sure about that last one. I'll have to check that out. All right. I guess it didn't hit the OK button. So when you hit OK, you get 2 things happen. You get this define. This is the definition of what this block is. And you get this new block right here. This custom block. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put it right here. Okay? All right. And then we're going to take some of these custom blocks. This will be the show XY. So this is what board it'll show at. Okay? And, oh, I need this too. So let's bring the motion as well, like where it starts, the starting point. And so then this is the X and this is the Y coordinates at which this item will start. All right? And And now, all right, so when I start as a coin, create a coin, 0, 1, that's the board above, and let's say the x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 100, and I don't have anything for the last, so I don't need to fill that in. Oh, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to delete that coin I made a copy of. I don't want that there anymore. And I'm also going to say hide when this is clicked. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this applies to the actual sprite itself, while this applies to the clone. So I don't ever want to see the actual sprite. I just want to see the clone. All right? And we need to create a clone of ourselves. So there we go. So click the button. We're going to set coins to 0. Create a clone of myself. Hide. When I start as a clone, this is what happens. Okay, we reset. Let's see if this works. Okay. And there it is. Cool. I can grab it. Everything's working the same. Okay? All right. So, we're going to go down to my blocks, and we're going to just try to do that again. And we'll just troubleshoot this and figure this out. So this one I'm going to put at like -40 and 100, so same place. And actually, you know what? Let's just, while we're doing this, because when I reset the game, I want to just, instead of having to walk up, I'm just going to put it all on this first screen. We can move it to any screen we want later just by changing the coordinates right here. So just to make our testing easier. And as you see, I only see one. Okay, there's only one clone there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Control, and I'm going to grab this repeat. Actually, let's do that. We'll try that. All right. And we're not going to repeat it 10 times. We're just going to do it twice. All right. Now we'll try it. Okay. So still no luck. All right. Okay. So what we need is this fourth option here. And so I want to edit this because I didn't remember what I was going to put there. But if you go edit, I can change this, and I'm going to make this item ID. Okay. All right. All right. Also, what I'm going to need to do is create a variable, and I'm going to call this item ID as well. Okay. And I'm going to bring this in. So, and I'm going to say set item ID to what I put in here. Okay. And at the very beginning of the game, however, just like always, I need to set it to 0. So set item ID to 0. All right. So the first time through, the item ID will be 1. Okay, and then it'll be 0. And when it creates this coin, it'll make 1, and then it'll make 2. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring out an operator of equals, and I'm going to say in Control, if and back to variables, if this item ID equals 0, create this coin. All right. And then I'm going to say I'm just going to duplicate that whole thing and put that in there. And I'm going to throw this one out. And here's my new coin. So if it's 1, there. Okay. So now I have 2 coins when I reset. And that's because now it knows which one to make when. And so there's some things that you need to know to make a new, once you've set this system up. So I'm going to make a 3rd coin to show you how simple it is to make more coins. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to duplicate that again, and I'm just going to put that whole thing right here. And I'm going to change this to 2. All right. I'm going to change this right here to 3. All right. And this is going to be on the same board, so I'm going to make this, let's say, just positive 40. All right. Give it some symmetry. It's on this board. Okay, and then I need to change this to 3 because now I have 3 coins. Now when I reset the game, 3 coins. All right, I hope that helps. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll show you some more on how to make